was born February 1st, 1950, in Baltimore, Maryland, and grew up there, went to school there. Then when I graduated from high school, went to Princeton University, majored in English, was a radio announcer while I was there, announced the football and basketball games for the Princeton Tiger basketball teams and football teams. And then when I graduated from Princeton, I was hired by the high school that I went to be assistant to the headmaster, which essentially was doing anything that he didn't want to do, which started my career in education. I spent 12 years there, the last 8 of which I was head of upper school, which is like the high school principal. And so at age 26, I was running a school of 50 faculty, 500 students, and the graduating students were only 8 years younger than I was.
Wow.
And stayed in that job until 1984, when I moved to Champaign-Urbana, Illinois, because my wife was hired to be a professor of art history at the University of Illinois. And I came here and started working at Parkland College, Community College, where I worked for 14 years as director of counseling, dean of students. I was course director of the critical thinking interdisciplinary course, not all at the same time, but various jobs that I had there. While I was there, my daughter, Jackie, was born in 1988, and in 1998, I left Parkland to become the principal and director of University Laboratory High School at the University of Illinois. Extraordinary high school, 300 students. They've had 3 graduates who've won Nobel Prizes, 2 graduates that have won Pulitzer Prizes. During 3 of the 5 years that I was there, they had the highest ACT average in the country for a school. And it's this tiny little school right up on Springfield Avenue.
What did you do there?
I was the principal and director,
Okay.
so I was the chief executive officer and the chief educational officer at the same time. And then in 2003, I left Uni High and became assistant dean in the College of Business at the University of Illinois, where I was hired to design and then implement and then direct an honors program for undergraduates. And that's what I'm doing now.
We're in business. All right. Can you please tell me a bit about yourself?
My name's Jamie. I'm 20 years old. I'm a sophomore at U of I, and I am a dietetics student, food science, human nutrition, and then my concentration is dietetics. I play the violin. I sing in the church choir here on campus. I've been playing the violin since 4th grade, so it's a big part of my life. And I did choir and musicals in high school, so music is definitely a big part of my life. But I also really like sports, like to watch sports, and I'm a big St. Louis Cardinals fan for baseball. So, yeah, so I have a dog and a younger brother. So, yeah.
Same category, dog
Yes,
and younger brother.
Exactly, all family.
Okay, can you please describe your childhood dreams in detail?
When I was really young, I always wanted to be an ice skater because I would always watch the Winter Olympics and watch, all the figure skaters on ice, and I was like, oh my god, I want to be that someday. So, and I loved all the little fancy outfits and all the twirling and spinning and jumps and everything, so I always wanted to be a figure skater when I was little.
Did you ever take figure skating lessons?
No, that's the thing. I never actually learned how to, ice skate or took lessons or anything. It was just kind of like, when you're little, you kind of think you can do anything. So I was like, that'd be so great. But I never actually took any lessons or anything. So it kind of changed things.
Okay, have you had any other jobs in the past?
At home, I work at Costco, and I work for the Native Floral company there, and so I'm the flower girl at Costco. I've been working there for like 4 years, so and babysitting. I've been babysitting since I was like 12. So
Yeah. So what are you doing now?
right now, I work at the Sportwell Center in the basement of the Union, and I work as a receptionist, but I also do projects for the dietitian that works there. So that's my current job on campus, and when I go home, I also still work at Costco.
Okay. And what sorts of things do you do in both of those jobs?
At Costco, we don't arrange in the store. That everything comes prearranged, but I sell and I promote floral business and sell flowers and rearrange things. And I do a lot of like cleaning and a lot of inventory and faxing, paperwork, like housekeeping, that kind of thing, and totaling like our sales and everything. So that's what I do at Costco. And then at Sportwell, I do receptionist work, so answer phones and get paperwork ready for patients and everything that are going to see the physicians there. And I clean some of the exercise equipment, and I also do projects for the dietitians. So I do things like nutritional analysis for her patients, and I also do. I do some meal plans based on certain calorie levels that she's looking for, that she can give to her patients as examples of if she's putting them on a certain calorie level diet. So I've been making some meal plans.
Please tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is Jill Sanders, and I work in Business Career Services at the University of Illinois. I'm a wife and a mom to a 3-year-old son. Guess that's it.
Okay. Please describe your childhood dreams in detail.
Okay, my childhood dreams, first of all, I wanted to be a fireman. I had my own little fire truck and my own little helmet. Then I decided I wanted to be a secretary, so I had my own little corner of the living room where I had my own little office complete with typewriter and a phone, and I just thought that was the best.
Is there any reason why those two were your dream jobs?
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's just because they were some toys that I received as gifts or what was so cool about them, but I just thought those were cool.
Okay. And what sorts of jobs have you had in the past?
In the past, when I was in high school, I started out as a cashier at my local grocery store. Then when I was in college, I worked at JCPenney in the catalog, credit, customer service area. Then when I graduated college, I worked for a year as an administrative assistant at a local architectural and engineering firm here in town. Then I worked at a local bank for almost 9 years. I started out as the investment assistant in the investment center, so I did a lot of clerical things for the investment advisor that we had. Then I got my Series 763 securities license, so then I was able to meet with clients, discuss their different investment goals, the different types of investment vehicles that are out there, and help them make decisions. I was also able to affect different transactions, so I was able to help them place trades for buying and selling. And to me, it was important that they were able to sleep at night, that they weren't worried about where their money was or anything like that. Then I transitioned into the wealth management area there at the bank, and I worked with the higher net worth individual. So I worked with trust, estates, guardianships, investment agencies, and that was very interesting. I loved it there. And then for the last 3 years, I've worked here as an office support specialist here in business.